He began life as a Scooby-Doo villain. And he would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those pesky kids and that damn dog. Now, he's a guy on the radio, live from Hollywood. It's the Craig Ferguson Show.
Yeah, that worked out. I think that was he began life as a Scooby-Doo villain, and then I would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for you darn kids and that pesky... I was actually a Scooby-Doo villain once. I'm sorry to blow my own trumpet, everyone, but I could, thanks to Kundalini Yoga.
Yeah,
I think you know what I'm saying.
Good for you.
But I was once. My name is Craig Ferguson. I'm joined today by my friend, sidekick. Are you a sidekick? Producer?
It's up to you. I can
Producer, sidekick,
friend, mentor.
That's enough.
Okay.
Malibu Joe Bolter. Joe, of course, famously... beardy, nebbish, looks like he grew up on the Upper East Side, actually grew up in Malibu. It's a strange, weird world. I'm very excited about the show today, and I'll tell you why.
Well, please do.
Well, I will, because you know who's on the show today? Hugh Laurie from Dr. House, the house doctor. Dr. House would come to your house and he'd be like, oh, no, my leg hurts, but I'm gonna fix you, even although I'm cranky.
Right.
Even although I'm cranky, I'm gonna fix you up.
Which is kind of if you're going to be cranky, it's nice to announce it first. I'm cranky, but
I am a little cranky today. I don't know if you've noticed.
I mean, perhaps let's say I have. Okay, for legal reasons, maybe I have or maybe I haven't. But why, Craig? Tell me why.
I don't know.
Okay?
I had dreams last night. Last night I was dreaming.
Sure.
That everywhere I looked there was dog shit everywhere. And in my dream, I could smell the dog shit. Now I have two large dogs, and their poo smells awful.
Okay.
Very few dogs, their poo smells great.
Sure.
But these are German Shepherds.
Yeah. Beautiful dogs.
They eat meat and they chew tobacco.
Oh wow.
So, yeah. They like a bit of chaw.
Oh,
so,
that's not common.
Well, you know what? To be honest, I'm saying that because we found out yesterday that almost half of the audience to this show. And by the way, congratulations to us both. Did you hear this?
I heard.
We are the number 2 radio show in the United States already. Howard Stern and then us. That's it.
That's it.
You know, people are saying, how can you say that, Craig? I'm saying, because you can.
You can say whatever you want.
I can say what I want. That's the way the world is now. I'm saying it. It's true. And if you don't agree with me, you're lying.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So there you are. It's either I'm telling you what's true, and if it's not, if you don't believe me, fake news.
Yep, absolutely.
Right.
That's
so anyway, we are the number 2 radio show in the United States. We're not number 1 because I'm scared of Howard.
Now, did we get to this topic because you had dreams about number 2s last night?
That may be it. And also because my dogs, and we were talking about that, and truckers. Truckers listened, and that's why I said the dogs enjoy chaw. Because I don't know if truckers enjoy chaw, but I suspect the chaw use amongst the trucker demographic is a little more than it is amongst regular folks.
Yeah, just passing the time in the truck.
Passing the time sitting in
chaw.
the truck. And they say, don't piss off the truckers.
That's what they say.
Sirius told us, don't piss off the truckers. They make good friends, but they make terrible enemies.
Yeah,
and let me assure you, truck drivers of the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico, that I in no way intend to piss you off.
No, you are
the knights of the road. They bring goods and services to wherever we are.
I drove by a truck on my way to work today, and I felt this kinship. I was like, yeah, that's one of my guys.
Give them plenty of room and signal. That's all they ask for. They don't ask for much.
Yeah.
Signal, give them a bit of room. They're working with huge pieces of machinery. It's not some dirty Prius shitbox like you drive. They're driving a big, complicated machine. It requires a little bit of room and a little bit of time. Give them some space.
Give them space.
Don't be hating on the truckers. Let's turn that around.
No, and when I drove by, I said, you son of a bitch, because I know they love that.
They like that. You go, son of a bitch. Hey, you son of a bitch. Like that. It's friendly. Although I think if you say, hey, you son of a bitch.
That was my mistake.
That's probably, don't do that.
All right. All right, good.
Right, so anyway, Hugh Laurie's on the show, famous for that truck driving show he did, House, the Dr. House, who was a reformed truck driver.
Turned doctor. Bad leg.
You know what show he did was fantastic, was that The Night Manager. Did you see that show?
I have seen that show.
Yeah, it's awesome, that show.
And I hope you talk to him about it, because it's
I will.
It's a great show.
I will talk to him about it, and I'll tell you why I'll talk to him about it, because what the fuck else am I going to talk
True.
I've known him for a long time, though.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's not amazing, really. I mean, I'm 54 years old. He's 57 or something like that.
But if we were to chart your lives, I would say it probably converged at one point years ago, and then it went back, and now it's reconverging? Is that right?
That's probably the way the conversation will go, I think. Yeah, it'll probably go along those lines. That's my plan for it.
Well, I think that's a great plan. I think the listeners will love that.
I hope they do, because, look, I have to tell you, everybody who's listening, truckers, tattoo artists,
sure.
Scientists, everyone who's listening, people who are just driving home from work, people who are just done working today, you're just trying to get home, you're just trying to get through the traffic, or maybe you're on the way to work, maybe you work shifts. My dad worked shifts his whole life.
Sure.
Well, not his whole life. I mean, like, the last couple of months, he wasn't like, yep, come on.
Yeah. You gotta take, you get older, you deserve some time off.
Well, he retired when he was 60, and he died when he was 75. So for the last 15 years, it's pretty... he didn't work shifts, is what I'm saying.
Just had vacation.
I don't know if retirement's vacation. I think there's still there's all that worrying to do. I don't think I would ever retire. Sorry to bug you, people who are waiting for whoever it is that will take over here from me. I don't think I'll ever retire.
No.
I mean, I might retire from this job.
But people can't take over from you here, I would guess, because it's
called the
Craig Ferguson show. It'd be weird if someone else, unless there's another guy named Craig Ferguson, maybe.
There's a bunch of them. I remember when we were doing the late night show, we were Googling guys called Craig Ferguson. And there's a writer in Britain called Craig Ferguson. I like to take all the credit for his work.
The good ones.
Yeah. There's a financier in Australia called Craig Ferguson. I take all the credit for his financiering. Mm-hmm. And there's a Canadian guy called Craig Ferguson who I take all the credit for his Canadianisms.
Just for being Canadian?
I think so. I met him, actually.
Whoa.
He said, my name's Craig Ferguson. I said, my name's Craig Ferguson. And then there was a split in the space-time continuum, and I pooped myself.
And no one's ever seen that Craig Ferguson again, right?
Well, the one that pooped himself, yes. Many people have seen the Craig Ferguson. No, you haven't seen that one. I'm very excited, anyway, because Hugh Laurie is here. The ratings for the show the first week, I can't tell you how grateful I am, everybody. They're off the charts. I mean, in all seriousness, they're amazing. Sirius could not be happier. We could not be happier. The truckers of America have finally found a voice.
Yeah.
The people who are just trying to get from A to B in America have finally found a voice.
Yep.
And that voice is a weird hybrid Scottish mid-Atlantic accent. They have a guy, a vegan douche who's in LA. But, that's the way America works. So it takes all sorts.
Melting pot.
It's a melting pot. It takes all sorts.
I love that.
Yeah, that's the way it is. I'm excited for your weekend, Joe.
Why is that, Craig?
Well, because Joe's got a band. Joe's in a band, everybody. And I want you to be nice to him because, look, it may not be a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to Joe. He's in a band called The Changs.
I am, and I love it.
You're right. And the Changs are, what kind of music do you guys play?
I have a hard time answering that question. Rock? I would start with rock.
Well, there's nothing wrong with rock. That's good music.
Well, thank you. And hopefully we do it justice.
Do you do any cover versions or all the original music?
Currently, we're doing all originals. We're working on a cover of Magic Man.
What, Magic Man?
Magic Man by Heart.
Why would you do that?
So you've been in plenty of bands. Let me ask you this. Is it always a really controversial, highly debated topic what song you cover? Because we've been discussing this for like a year now. We still haven't even learned a full song that we've done in the cover department.
No, you mustn't. Well, first of all, any band I was in would never cover a Heart song.
Okay.
But you should always, if in doubt, cover a Kinks song.
Well,
because
that's good...
The Kinks wrote the best songs of that time period, but they weren't the most famous. And everyone's, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. You go, yes, these are great songs, but they're very identifiable songs. Whereas the Kinks, people will go, oh, wow, that's a great song. I wonder if the Changs wrote that song. And you can take the credit for it.
I like that a lot.
You take the credit for it in the same way I take the credit for the Canadian Craig Ferguson.
Oh, that is brilliant.
I'm a Machiavellian motherfucker.
I'm surprised you don't have Grammys with that strategy.
I have 3 Grammy nominations. I never won one. I have 3 Grammy nominations. None of them.
Pardon me. Wow.
None of them for music.
Oh, okay.
There's spoken word. No, comedy album, spoken word.
Oh, you did poetry, like beat?
No, I read my autobiography.
That's good.
And you read it. I read it out loud, and they taped it because it was taped back then. It was about 5 years ago, and I got a Grammy nomination for it.
Literally for just proofreading your book out loud.
Well, just reading my book out loud. Well, it all began for me. So you're listening to the Grammy-nominated show.
Oh, 3 Grammy nominations.
Multiple Grammy nominations.
2 Emmy wins.
2 daytime Emmys.
Yeah.
And the second highest rated show in American radio. It would be number 1, but I'm scared of Howard. So.
Well, and also just to add to that, in 4th grade, I was the only student to get Student of the Month twice in the same academic year.
Well, I guess if you're listening to this show, just by being part of this, you're a winner.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah,
this is not your first time doing this.
Well, no, I'm just telling you. Look, it matters to me because I'm not making a show here for people that don't like me. I'm not trying to get you to be on my side. If you're listening to this show, chances are you're listening because you already like what we do.
Yeah.
And so this show is for you. It's not trying to appeal to a demographic who's not you. This is for you, just you and me.
Just us, baby.
Just us. This is for us. But if you want to go see the Changs this weekend,
yes.
I'm not going, but I'm sure some people will go.
Well, I hope so. I mean, yeah, if anyone,
Joe's band,
if anyone wants to go,
Changs.
9:15 tonight, 9:15 Pacific time tonight. If you can't fly here, probably for it. At Trip Santa Monica.
Trip, was that a bar?
It's a bar in Santa Monica.
It sounds like a hair salon. Is it a hair salon?
No, not to my knowledge, but my hair will be done nicely for the show.
Well, your hair's unruly. I don't want to be mean. If you want, is there a picture of you on the website, Joe?
No, but
you should put one on so that people can go to the website. Or
just make fun of how I look.
They can go look at your hair because maybe you'll get some good. There's a lot of women listen to this show there's a lot of men too. I'm not saying that women are the only people that know about hair, but what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people that listen to this show who will know about hair and maybe can help you with what's going on there.
Like how I should wear my hair for the show tonight, maybe.
Right, yeah. So maybe if you go on to the Facebook, what's the Facebook name for the show?
Yeah, it's just, they go on Facebook and it's the Craig Ferguson Show.
Right, I do that, or go to the Twitter, the CFerg Show, although, well, I'll get Tomas to come and take a picture of you.
Sure.
Put it on the CFerg Show, at the CFerg Show.
Right.
People can pull over to the side of the road, don't drive, and look at photographs. I did that once. And they were...
You got a ticket for it.
Well, I got an erection.
Wait, what were you looking at? Probably a sexy photo?
Yeah, do you ever get... I bet you truckers get this. When you get tired and you're driving... Male truckers, obviously.
Sure.
When you're driving and you're tired... Hey, Tomas is going to take your photograph.
Do I have to keep the headphones on?
Yeah, of course you do.
Oh, well, now it's going to make my hair look terrible.
Well, take your headphones off. I'll keep talking about it.
You look professional.
Yeah, so, no, he looks good. Now, you're getting his photograph taken, everything's great. No, I'll tell you why I think, while they're doing that, let me explain to you why I think... Sometimes when I'm going on a long road trip, and I like to do that, I like you're driving, and you get very relaxed, and there's the kind of revving of the engine, and your mind wanders, and if you're a guy, me, and many people are, your mind wanders to things, in your past, or what you hope is in your future, and I will oft times get uncomfortable when I'm driving, because it gives me an erection.
Wow.
I'm not talking about driving to the store or anything like that.
Sure.
I'm talking about long road trips, long time on the freeway, you just start getting a little frisky.
You start thinking about sexy things, and then you get aroused.
Right, or the other way around. I start getting, things start firming up down below, and I start thinking about sexy things just because that's the way it works.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's the chicken or the egg. In your case, it's both.
Right, it's the chicken or the erection.
Wow, that's I think that's totally natural.
I think it probably is.
Yeah, and healthy.
I mean, look, if you're a trucker,
I don't know if we want to ask.
We don't want to ask that because that's just going to encourage bad behavior.
Yeah.
And look, I know that I'm not going to alienate the truckers when I say sometimes you guys are a bit frothy with your language.
Yes.
Bit frothy, and we can't have that here. Because, well, we could actually.
We could.
But I think it would kind of freak us out. So we don't want to do that. But if you've got maybe there's a doctor.
Sure.
Maybe a doctor / truck driver that could explain the phenomenon of auto-driving erotica.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if that's its own field.
I just made it up. It sounds good.
Auto-driving.
Auto-erotic driving syndrome. Auto-erotic driving syndrome. So you're driving an automatic and you get a stiffy.
Well, maybe... if it's a bumpy road or something, that could do something.
You raise an interesting point. I wonder if it happens the same way for the ladies. I wonder if the ladies, when they're driving,
Sure.
for a long road trip, you start thinking, well, sitting on top of the washing machine or something.
I've heard that that's a thing. I've never
seen it either.
Yeah.
But I sometimes hang around. When I was saying a single man, I would go to laundries.
Laundromat.
And see if there was any women sitting on top of, washing machines or tumble dryers and think, well, they're clearly sending a signal that they're looking for company.
That is probably the creepiest thing you could do.
No, there's a lot of creepier things.
Really? That you've done?
I've done creepier things than that. I haven't done that, but I've done creepier things than that.
Oh,
but as I say it out loud, I think it seems like if you're a young man, you're looking for, or you're a young woman, you want to send a signal. I'm looking to. Although you've got websites for it now, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, online dating. You don't have to go to a laundromat to meet women.
Jeez, I don't know. I would have been a disease-riddled mess.
Oh, really? If you had access to that?
If there was that Grindr stuff when I was a kid.
Okay, well that's specifically for homosexual encounters, I believe, but I get it.
Oh, well, Grindr is, but there's the other one, Tinder.
That's the hookup app, is what kids call it.
But the only thing is, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't, because, shyness is shyness, and I was pretty shy. Yeah, so I don't know I'd be any less shy because I'd be on a computer.
Well, that's the thing, is that so it helps that stage, but then you do have to talk to the person in person at some point, and that's when you live or die at that moment.
That's where you lose me.
And especially if you can be really funny over the chat, on typing up stuff. You wite funny emails, so I feel like you write funny stuff, but then you have to come in with a killer joke in person.
Are you talking about yourself here now? I think has that been part of your life?
What, the
online dating? I mean, I know you're in a committed relationship.
I dabbled with it, and it was just awful, I will say.
Yeah, so now I feel nothing but sympathy for the kids.
Yeah.
Do we have any truckers on the phone? Bring up the phone lines. I'm looking at the computer screen. We've got a computer in here. Oh yeah. Let's see. I mean, congratulations, the first week. You are the. I bet you're happy not to wear a suit to work anymore. Well, I am, actually. Thank you for that comment. That's from Ed in New Jersey. I wonder if Ed's... wow, this is from Pamela, just called from Colorado and said, when I met my husband, I thought his name was Craig.
Oh, wishful thinking.
Well, yeah, no, I don't know if you would wish that on anyone. But I saw that. You ever see that thing on the internet that says that there's no babies called Craig? Craigs are all over 30 years old.
Is that true?
Yeah, well, no, of course it's not true. I mean, clearly I was a baby at some point in the before times.
Hard to imagine.
In the before times.
I have a friend whose name is Craig as well. You
say you have a friend, but I've never seen you with anyone.
Well, I don't bring them to work with me.
All right.
Am I allowed to? Should I start bringing friends to work just to prove I have them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, don't let them hang around too long. People are calling in with comments, and I like that because we can talk to it without actually engaging. And I like that. If you've got a comment, you just want to ring in with a comment, ring in.
Yeah, that is really helpful.
Yeah, that helps because then you can't tweet if you're driving. But if you want to just ring in, leave your tweet in voice form.
Sure.
Perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, and the comments we're getting are about tweet length. There's just like one sentence kind of just summing up what they have to say.
There's a trucker who wants to discuss the autoerotic truck sensation, but I don't know if I do want to discuss it.
It's very risky. This could go many different directions.
And it might take the romance out of it.
Sure.
That's what worries me.
Well, what you love about it right now is that it feels like your private thing, and now if you're hearing everyone else talk about it, it's no longer special.
And also it might make me feel as if I'm driving by someone on the road, not necessarily a trucker, anyone who's, in the interstate, I'm thinking, what, are they
aroused right now?
Are they what's going on in there? Except in a Prius, because then nothing's going on in there.
No, you can officially not get aroused in a Prius.
Well, here's the thing. The vibrations are different in an electric car, right?
Sure.
So you might not be getting the vibrations you need for the autoerotic stimulation.
But there is that privacy. When you're in your car, you feel like you're in your own world, right?
Right.
That's why, sometimes, I'll admit, I've gone to, clean a booger out of the nose, forgetting that people can see me.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about the nose thing. That's revolting.
But you're okay with the erection thing?
Well, yeah, because that's part of nature's bounty. But
nature's bounty.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Stephen Utah called in and said he met his wife by a washing machine at a laundromat. So see, it can work out. I think in Utah, laundromats are Tinder.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's
very clean clothes there.
Yeah. I imagine. This is Barbara in Houston says, I'm a loyal Howard Stern fan, but I love Craig's new show. Now, let me just explain this right away. These are not mutually exclusive conditions. I also am a huge fan of Howard Stern, and that is why I'm on the Sirius Radio, in order to stalk Howard more effectively.
And how's it going so far?
Well, not bad. I kind of know where he works, but I knew that before, and I think I'm going to go on the show.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
Well,
that's exciting.
I haven't been on the Howard Show since he was on CBS in the before times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And now we're back because now you're family, basically, right?
I don't know. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Howard, but I'm under no illusions. That doesn't give me a free ride.
Sure.
That doesn't give me a free. I listen to enough Howard to know that doesn't give you a free ride.
No. You'll be held accountable.
Well, I don't think he's that. I just think it doesn't give you a free ride. I think you'll get, you'll be treated well. You'll be treated like everyone else. You can't flatter your way out of any kind of trouble there.
Right.
You can't bullshit your way out of it, is what I'm saying, if you get into it.
Are you asking, like, should we
the truckers to form behind me? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you show up, if you show up
with 350 big rigs down the center of Manhattan?
Yeah, they'll take you seriously.
Yeah, they'll take me seriously. What do you think, truckers? What, do you want to get a convoy going on?
I think we've got the following to get you on a truck.
Well, I know a guy who owns a truck.
Do you really?
I do, yeah, Donald Logue. You know the actor Donald Logue?
No, I will Google.
Yeah, Google Donald. I did a movie with Donald. He's great. He owns a trucking company, I think, Donald, now.
And now, is he act and truck?
Yeah, he acts and
done
trucks.
With acting?
Acts and trucks. Yeah, he does them both.
Donald Logue. I searched Donald Logue.
Donald.
Oh, yeah, of course,
You
yeah.
know Donald, right?
Yeah.
He's been in everything. Sylvan in Vermont wants to know if I'm still registered to vote in Vermont. Yes, I am.
And why is that, Craig?
Well, I have a house there. I have the little tiny.
I've been. It's a beautiful place.
Right, a little place in Vermont, and and that's kind of that's where I first put it. I got married there.
Oh,
it's my postal address, if you like.
That's where you get all your mail there.
Get all my mail there, and then I have to have it trucked across the United States by the great truckers of America.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And do you only wait until you have a truck full of mail before you send them across country?
Sure, why not? Let's say that. So yeah, I'm excited about the Hugh Laurie being on the show. Hugh Laurie in the second hour.
Yes.
Second hour of the show.
Second hour, yeah.
And the Changs, which you're doing
tonight,
this weekend.
If you come to the show, I'll buy you a drink.
Well, that's a really dumb thing to say.
Well, maybe that will get people to come.
Yeah, but then you'll have to buy them a drink.
Well, how many?
I know how much you earn, and you don't.
I can't. Yeah.
Unless you've got inherited wealth that I don't know about, you can't afford to be buying people drink when they come to a show.
How many people do you think would actually come? I'm thinking maybe one person, right?
Well, hey, you know what? Everyone who's listening with this side of the Mississippi, so anyone west of the Mississippi,
sure.
Let's get you along to, where is it? Trips Bar?
Trip Santa Monica. We can retweet it or something.
Yeah, right. And get along there tonight, and Joe Bolter will buy you a drink. I'm thinking 150 people.
150 people. Okay. Well, I'll take a loan out. I mean, because this could be like the band's big break. Before you know it, No,
you're just going to get a bunch of greedy hobos who happened to be near a radio at this moment.
True. But if they're truckers, then that's kind of
the truckers ain't coming. Truckers are busy.
Yeah, that's probably prime trucking time.
Well, you want to truck at night.
Yeah.
Truck at night.
God, it's such a romantic idea.
I tell you, it's the last of the great romantic professions, I think.
Yeah.
It's the road pirate.
Road pirate.
Well, they're not pirates, obviously, there, but it's the the lonely road warrior.
God, yeah.
I think trucker, road comedian, stand-up comedian, going from town to town.
Sure.
And tattoo artist.
Oh.
Because they tour around a bit. A lot of them don't stay in the one place. They tour around.
And it's so cool because your art is on a living being.
Yes.
That takes it around the world.
Takes it around the world. It's like your canvas is flesh.
That is.
Your canvas is flesh.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate game is hunting man or something.
All right. Oh, yeah. Well, let's do that then. Tonight we play the greatest game of all. Oh, no. We hunt the greatest game. We hunt the greatest game of all.
And what would that be, Craig?
Man.
Oh, that was really dramatic.
Yeah, good.
You think we gave some people shivers when we?
I think so. That? I think we got a bunch of truckers calling in. I feel like we should take a truck. Bill from North Dakota. I'm not going to talk to Bill yet. Maybe we will. But Bill called and said, "I've been trucking for 40 years, and Craig is right about second gear."
Oh, what did you say about second gear?
I think what he's talking about is the autoerotic truck thing. When they drop down to second, and it gets you.
Are you serious?
It gets your junk going. Yeah,
that's the move. Dropping down to second.
Drop down to second. That's probably slang.
Between truckers, like, hey, you want to drop down to second gear?
Yeah, if you're talking to someone in a bar, maybe, and things are going well, you say, hey, want to drop down to second gear with me? And they'll be like, ooh, rev count going up.
That's like saying going to second base, right?
Look, we're gonna have to talk to Bill in North Dakota. Bill, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
Hey, Bill, you're a trucker. You're a trucking man.
Yes, I have. Been out here for 43 years.
Right now, let me ask you, are you driving right now? Are you hauling, Bill?
I am driving right now. I got my wife with me. We just loaded up in Canada, and now we're headed down to Utah.
See, that's the way.
Oh,
that's the way.
He's got his wife with him. What else do you need?
As well.
His wife is truck.
The whole life is. Now, what are you guys hauling today?
It's canola oil.
Oh.
America's favorite oil.
Healthy oil.
Is it healthy canola?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely healthy.
Sure,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, it's the healthiest oil you can eat. Taking it down there to make some French fries.
Well, then that's perfect. Can I ask you, Bill, am I right about the autoerotic vibrations of a machine on a long road trip?
Well, there's that, and just there's visual stimulation, and then of course the part where your mind is just kind of wandering, remembered what something you and the missus did, or something you want to do, or
That's so nice.
Or now, for 5 years now, she's been riding with me in here, and sometimes I don't have to work real hard to think about it because we have a pretty good time.
So wait, you guys get it on at speed
great.
on the freeway?
Well, no, we don't do that. We stop. I mean, we're not doing that going down the. I'm kind of a big rascal. That would be kind of hard to do.
Well, but look, I don't doubt you're a big rascal. But at what point do you stop? I mean, do you're kind of fooling around a little bit and think, all right, we'll stop for the crescendo, or do you?
Sometimes when it hits you, man, it hits you. You got to pull over at the first exit.
This is so great, Bill. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Bill. I'm so proud of you. And what's your wife's name, Bill?
Her name is Julie.
Bill and Julie.
Oh, that
two
make me so
American
happy.
heroes of the road.
Just pulling over when they're feeling it.
Pulling over and getting it done.
That's so
Getting
nice.
it done. Thank you for joining us today, Bill. I feel good. I feel romance is alive in America.
You said they're the what'd you call them?
The last great romantic profession. The pirates of the road. The great. Get out there with your wife and have sex in lay-bys on the interstate.
It is so nice to hear that that's happening.
But when you drive by a rest stop, now you'll think, I wonder what's going on in there, and now you'll know.
Yeah.
America is getting frisky.
Yeah, and in a very wholesome, love your wife way.
Well, yeah, of course. Obviously, they have to get married first.
Yeah, that's true. That's the trucker rule. Yeah. You have to be married first.
Yeah, you can't be. Although there is a... this is from Seamus in California. Have you see this question up on the board?
I don't know.
I'm not going to talk to Seamus yet. Yeah, I might. No, but I don't think so. Seamus asked the question, has Craig ever received oral sex in a car? Now, first of all, you'd have to define oral sex.
Sure.
If you mean, have I listened to a sexy tape?
Oh, yeah.
That would be oral sex. That would be AUREL. But I think he means oral sex as in, being pleasured by a friend.
Sure.
Whilst driving. Well, here's the truth of it. No.
That's not. I know that's a thing that is done.
I'm a Scottish Protestant.
Sure.
I'm married.
Illegal.
I'm married to my wife.
Yeah.
And we have sex in the dark once a year.
Mm-hmm.
When blessed by the minister.
Oh, they come in and bless.
They give us permission.
Sure.
Well, I suppose it's that time of year again. You two are allowed to practice your procreation method for one night only.
Wow.
But I think that's pretty good. I find that heartening, actually.
Oh, I have renewed faith in humanity.
Bill and Julie have been out there. It's Julie, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Bill and Julie have been out there. He's been 40 years or something. He's been driving
trucking.
trucks. So you got to figure he's at least early 60s.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't ask him. I didn't want to.
No, that would.
I think that's rude. I don't think you ask someone their age.
No. Although we did talk about him having sex with his wife, so he seemed pretty open, but still rude.
Yeah, but I didn't ask him specifics. I didn't say, what do you guys do?
Yeah, that would be rude.
I wanted to ask that.
I was wondering too, but yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what gets it going. Like, you get a Slim Jim, and then she gets a Slim Jim and kind of eats it all.
Some sort of processed meat, maybe.
Then a little bit of the old, road music on. A little bit of...
Oh, yeah, something sexy comes on the radio. Slim Jim in hand.
Slim Jim. You peel off the top of that Slim Jim.
Maybe a Mountain Dew or something.
Mountain Dew cracks open.
Hey, baby. Want to pull over and get dirty?
Yeah. You looked at me when you said that.
I did. I got so caught up in it, I apologize.
Yeah, it bothered me. We have to take a commercial break. Sure, I have to go and wash out my eyes. And then we'll be back very soon, Hugh Laurie, and then things will take a classier turn. Oh, and is Phil going to do sports today?
Well, we actually have, speaking of Scotland, we have Cousin Ross.
Oh, Cousin Ross.
Yeah, we were going to
call him?
We're going to call Cousin Ross and check and see what's going on in Scotland.
All right, well, he's my nephew. He's not a real cousin.
Yeah, why do I call him Cousin Ross?
Because all the rest of my family my kids call him Cousin Ross.
Oh, okay.
And that's why we call him Cousin Ross. But he's really my nephew. He's my sister's kid. He's like 50.
No, he's 50. He looks great then.
Yeah. No, he's like 20-something. But let's find out what the kids are up to in Scotland this weekend.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That's what American truckers want to know.
That's what they want to know.
People driving around want to know that, coming home from work. Oh, I'm tired. I wonder what people are up to in Scotland this weekend.
The youngins, yeah.
The youngins. Well, we'll find out after these messages.
Make sure you like the Craig Ferguson Show Facebook page. And check out our website, thecraigfergusonshow.com. Email us at askcraig@thecraigfergusonshow.com. Or call us at 844-5GREAT. Seriously, call us 844-5GREAT. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, that worked out, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
If you're just joining us, first of all, what a bunch of great products were during that commercial break.
I love all of them.
I love most of them. There was one of them I don't like, but I'm not going to say what one it is because...
That's where we differ, because I like that one, but the one you really like, I don't like.
Exactly so. So anyway, what we were doing before the break, we were talking about the sex lives of truckers. This is a big show today, a lot to get through. We've been talking about the truckers on the road.
Sure.
Enjoying second gear seems to be the most popular autoerotic gear.
Yeah.
Like if you're in second gear, that's the one that shakes your junk into a frenzy.
But I've never done manual driving, so I don't even control the gears I'm in, you know?
Well, see, that's why your generation are assholes.
I've driven with you when you've been driving a manual car before.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you get turned on?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Well, during second gear?
Yeah, second gear was pretty good.
If I was changing, not on the change up, but the change down.
Oh,
like
it's going down.
When I'm changing 3 down to 2 or 4 down to 2, that's right, motherfuckers, I can do it. 4 down to 2.
I don't know what it means.
4 down to 2.
Sure,
right?
4 to 2.
Right, that's probably when you get the...
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
4 to 2.
Hello, baby.
Ooh, baby.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, look, here's the thing. We've got a big show today. Hugh Laurie from the House TV. House ended ages ago.
Yes.
Hugh Laurie, the famous actor.
Sure.
Who most memorably just won a Golden Globe.
Yes.
For the Night Manager.
Night Manager.
It was a fantastic show.
Sure.
If you haven't seen it, you must see it.
So good.
Right. So that's happening. We've got the truckers calling in with their sex advice.
Yes.
We've got Hugh Laurie on the show for the entire second hour.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Which is coming up in about half an hour.
Sure.
And now, most excitingly for many people across the United States, the moment that they wait for, we are still the number 2 rated show in America. It's amazing in the first week.
Yeah,
amazing.
Still, I mean, we're 30-something minutes in the show, and we still are the number 2 show.
Yeah, we haven't ruined it even yet. But here's the thing. Cousin Ross, I call him Cousin Ross, my sister's kid, Ross.
Sure.
But so he's not really my cousin, he's my nephew.
Right.
He's in Scotland, and we're going to go live on the phone lines now using satellite power.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I know him.
You know him well.
Yeah,
you know him well.
He's a delight.
He's a delightful man, and we're going to find out what the Scottish young generation are up to this weekend.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Will it be sheep wrangling?
Oh, is that's what the kids do?
It might be. I know that's what they did in my day.
Sure.
Let's find out. Will it be potato stacking? Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Hello, Cousin Ross, are you on the line?
I'm here. What an introduction that is. No pressure at all to have the nightlife of Scotland introduced.
I didn't understand a word of that.
The weekend in Scotland.
What are you doing this weekend?
It's been a good one so far. It's been a new car day for our cousin Ross, so I appreciate your issues that the truckers are having out across America. Second gear is a favourite of mine too. Well done, guys.
Well, wait, Ross, stop. You're burying the lead. You got a new car?
Yes.
What did you get?
I got a nice German car. It's a BMW. It's nice. Very swanky.
What kind of BMW? What kind of BMW did you get?
A 4 Series in silver.
So listen, your mom, my sister Janice, have you told her you're gay? Hey, you see what I did? See what I did?
Hey, yeah.
I insulted your car.
That's a cousin. That's like ribbing the cousin.
That's a family thing.
Yeah.
It's a family thing. Anyway, it's a silly thing to say. I'm sorry. I mean, it wouldn't matter even if you were. I'm not harshing on gay people. That's ridiculous.
And I happen to know that Ross is not gay.
Really?
Because last time I saw him here, he was, was going through some relationship stuff. And we talked about it.
Yeah, that's right. He had that fancy air flight attendant.
Man, and Tomas and I went out and we.
Did you meet her? The flight. What's her name, Ross? That flight attendant.
Lucy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Lucy,
so what's going on now? You seen anybody now?
Yes, I am.
Congratulations.
Fellow girl from Cumbernauld.
No.
My horizons greatly.
Really?
And what does she do, Ross?
Yes, yeah.
What does she do?
She works for a beauty company, so
nice.
Her and I got on very well.
Yeah. So she works for a beauty company. Has she got
my gay car?
Does she get you a lot of products, moisturizers, toners, hair products?
So I'm playing the long game. They're launching a men's range at the end of this year, so I've got myself in there, front of the queue. Hopefully I'll be looking great and useful, like some of the products that are advertised in your show. I only understand. I've been away from Scotland a long time. I can only understand about 10% of this.
Yeah, which is more than me because you're from there. But it sounds like Ross did a great job of also saying he loves the products advertised on our show. So that's really nice.
The one thing you know about my family is we are hacks. We are hacks. We will sell the shit. We are carnies. We will sell the shit out of anything.
That's true.
Anything. Yeah. As long as it's a quality product.
Every time we eat lunch, you try to sell me the lunch that we already ordered.
Right, exactly. Even although you've already got it. Hey, Ross, when are you coming over? Are you going to bring this girl over to America?
Fingers crossed. She'll find that very surprising news, I'm sure. But fingers crossed that it all goes well.
Oh, okay. How long have you been seeing her?
5 weeks.
Oh, the big
5 weeks.
5 week period. Yeah, this is the big moment. Listen, Ross, we'd love to keep you on the line, but we have to keep going. Give me a call over the weekend and let me know how things are going, and also text me a photograph of your car.
Will do.
All right, pal. Take it easy. I'll see you in a wee while.
Bye, Ross.
Take care. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye. So that was Cousin Ross.
Yeah.
Do you understand him?
Yeah. Well, it's been hard, but over the years that I've gotten to know him, it's a little bit easier.
Well, let's ask anybody out there, because a lot of the folks out there in America.
Sure. Can they understand
Can they understand him? Let's take a poll. Let us know. Call us. Let us know. 1-844-547-3287 or 1-844-5-GREATS.
Yes.
That's the number to dial, and you can let us know if you could understand Cousin Ross or not.
Yeah, and if you can't, what could he do better to make it so that you could understand him?
And also, if you can't understand me, then there's no point in dialing the number because you won't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and probably don't listen to the show if you can't understand you.
I don't even know who's talking.
Wow.
Now, the good news is for Americans is that right now we're about to do, because it's Friday, we're going to do sports. This weekend
Americans love sports.
Yes, we do. Thank you for bringing it up. We do love sports. And for sports, we're going to have longtime colleague of you and me, Joe.
Yeah, and friend.
And friend. Well, friend of yours.
Yes.
Longtime colleague of you and me, Phil Catone. Phil from Philadelphia. Phil from Philly.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
Thanks for having me.
Big weekend in sports coming up, Phil.
Yeah, it is a big weekend.
What's going on?
Well, there's been a lot going on. I mean, listen, I just want to say, first of all, I am in no way an expert.
Whoa!
Whoa! But you set off your Siri.
Oh my goodness!
He set off his Siri.
It's getting wild in here.
And what's weird is that Phil's Siri said, "What's the weekend like in sports, Phil?"
Oh wow, which is a great question.
He's so good at sports that Siri asks him.
When we ask Siri, Siri then calls Phil.
Siri calls Phil and finds out what's going on in sports this weekend.
That's amazing.
Now, what Phil was going to say to you is he's not an expert in sports. Well, let me just, before he says that, he is an expert, but only in one sport.
Yes.
Hockey. It's ice hockey. That's all.
I'm very fond
Is
of
the
hockey.
least American sport, maybe?
Yeah, well, I don't even know if it's technically a sport, but what it is is
Figure skating.
I
with
think
sticks.
it's some kind of Canadian hobby, as far as I can make
yeah.
out. But what I know is that if you call us with any hockey question,
Yes.
between Phil and Tomas.
Sure.
Tomas is from the Czech Republic. They play a lot of
hockey.
lot of
much
hockey there. If you have any hockey questions, ask us 1-800-mattress,
Right.
or something like that.
8445 greats.
That's the one I meant. You call us and they'll answer your hockey question.
And maybe specifically, because we just had the NHL trade deadline last week, someone wants to weigh in as to who the big winners and losers of the trades were.
Wow.
I have no idea what you just said.
Well, listen, any truckers out there that are interested in hockey will know what I'm talking about, and they'll give a call. We can talk.
Well, I don't know if truckers are into hockey. They're too busy dropping down to second gear and
Canadian
getting it
truckers.
on. They're getting it on out there. They're going crazy, sexy truckers. That's what my new album's going to be.
Crazy Sexy Truckers.
That's a
Crazy
great
Sexy
name.
Trucker.
Trucker. Oh, that's
Crazy Sexy Trucker.
and that's you. You're the
That's
trucker.
going to be the title of my new special. Crazy Sexy Trucker.
Oh, that's nice. I
It's
can
messing
see,
around with the
and
word.
The album covers you driving truck. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the album cover would be me naked on a truck.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of sounds. That looks to me like a metal band cover album from the 80s, right?
That's okay. That's okay. That's what I'm going for.
Okay, cool.
Me naked on a truck.
Nice.
Anyway, we're meant to be talking sports. What's the big sporting event this weekend then? Is there any hockey this weekend?
There is hockey this weekend.
Okay,
lots
but
of
what
hockey.
about proper sport? Are there any other sports there?
Well, I guess baseball would be the American pastime, right?
Right.
We're in spring training right now, so everyone's just getting warmed up, and you're trying to figure out who's making the team, who's not making the team. Only the real diehards tune in, I think.
For the
and the real diehards will go. It's all in Florida,
Arizona, isn't it? In Arizona,
Arizona, Florida, all the
a lot of
states.
truckers going through there. Look, if you're trucking, if you're hauling this weekend, you want to take a little time. Let me pop in at spring training.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be
take the wife because the wife's probably already with you.
Let me just have a word with the truckers right now. Hey, guys, girls driving those trucks, maybe sometimes pull over, get out the cab, treat yourself nice, go and see a little spring
You know what?
training.
It's about time someone said that.
Get a little moisturizer. Maybe meet a friend for coffee or a soda.
Or make a new friend.
Or make a new friend.
Because you're driving all the time. You got to know people in these cities. Have friends.
Take a break. America can wait another half hour for its goods to be delivered.
Absolutely, we can.
Or if
All
you're
right.
watching a baseball game, 6 hours.
6 hours. Or 6 hours if you're watching a baseball game. Anyway, look. So baseball this weekend, hockey this weekend, any NASCAR this weekend?
NASCAR was just something I never really got into.
I don't know.
But it's pretty American, I'd say, huh?
Yeah, I'd say it's the biggest sport in these United States.
Pretty unbelievable. No, I'll be watching Rangers Canadiens tomorrow night.
All right, that's the Montreal Canadiens.
That's right. Yeah, nice little rivalry there.
Yeah, because you're a big Rangers fan, even although you're from Philly.
I know. I know.
So
yeah,
Phil's from
true.
Philly, but he's a fan of the New York Rangers, which is kind of like, I think that's the Philadelphia equivalent of being bi-curious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Phil's family, certainly.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't easy, but I've stuck with it. I have my dad's from North Jersey, big Rangers fan.
Right.
So growing up, I always played hockey myself, and that was the team that we kind of bonded over.
Do you know that for the season, when did you play hockey? When was the
At what age?
Yeah.
Started about 10, I think I was.
Yeah, but what year was that?
Oh my God, 91.
91. But the season 96-97, Phil was the top paid hockey player in the United States.
That's phenomenal.
I
Phil.
just made that up, but that's
Congratulations.
So we can
do
say
that
it's
now.
true.
You can do that now. You can say anything you want. Doesn't matter.
You at number 1, Gretzky number 2. Only hockey player name I know. So
Wayne Gretzky. There's another. You know, there's a hockey player. You ever heard of a hockey player called Glenn Featherstone?
Yes, I think from you.
Oh, really? Yeah, Glenn's a hell of a guy. I think he's in Chicago now, Glenn. Glenn, if you're listening, give me a call. Hell of a guy, nice guy.
Featherstone.
Glenn Featherstone, yeah. He was a big fella.
Boston Bruin?
I think he might have been in the Bruins. Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Feel
not
free to correct me, anyone who's listening.
Yeah, anyone who's got hockey trivia going on. Let's see. Is there any NASCAR this weekend?
I don't know. I was just looking.
I think the Daytona 500 just happened not too long ago.
Well, to be honest, if you're tuning into this show for sports,
I am the worst.
You don't really care about sports.
For us, you're the number 1 sports guy, but maybe for the world.
Yeah.
What's the guy? Okay. What's the first name? Featherstone.
Glenn Featherstone. He's a lovely man. Glenn Featherstone. Yeah, there you go. We brought him up on the wiki. He's a retired Canadian ice hockey player.
That was right.
Yeah.
Bruins.
Yeah, he was with the Bruins. Yeah.
6'4", 215 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big old... And I saw that giant of a man brought down by a thing called love.
Whoa.
Can't hold it with your hands and in your pants, but in the wind and dandelion France. It's the thing that makes you dance, that thing called love. And it's in your eyes, see it in your teeth. And the world it's hiding underneath.
You bring up sports, Craig Ferguson starts singing you a song.
That thing called love. Hey, Cousin Ross texted me a picture of his new car.
Ooh, how's it look?
It's sweet.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very sweet. Yeah, it's very cool.
Now, do you feel bad about what you said to him?
I was only joking him. He's family. He's family.
He seemed to be
my sister's kid.
Unfazed by it too.
Yeah,
just like, Uncle Craig's up to it again.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about that.
Does he call you Uncle Craig?
No, he calls me Craig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he's a little embarrassed to call me Uncle Craig. It's too formal.
I call my uncles uncle than their name.
Yeah, me
if
too.
if I insisted, would you guys call me Uncle Craig?
Yes. Sure. That's probably gonna make everyone else around us very uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, or just Daddy. You could call me Daddy.
Okay, well that I'm totally okay with.
Unky Craig.
Hey, look, this is we've got a call's come in. It's not about hockey, but I'm interested.
Okay.
On line 3, and I'm not gonna don't bring them up yet.
Don't bring them up.
But I'm just saying, like Jessica from Canada is driving to Vegas and saying, "What should my husband and I do when we're there? We're also driving a truck." So I think she's leading the witness. I don't even think we should talk to them, because I think if we called them now, we'd be interrupting them getting it on.
Oh, what should we do on the way to Vegas? Make love.
Yeah, of course. Because then when you get to Vegas, you can concentrate on other activities.
Yeah, for sure, which is gambling and eating at buffets.
Oh man, I don't know about that eating.
Do you like the buffet? I know you're not a gambling guy, but are you an all-you-can-eat buffet guy?
No, I can't, because I can't be trusted around that kind of freedom.
Oh, sure.
You know, I mean, the idea that I can just keep eating until I'm like a dog.
Yeah,
like if you leave me at home with a bag of groceries, I'll eat all the groceries until I'm unconscious.
I'm the same way.
I can't be trusted around food. I just can't stop.
And you said to me the other day, because I finished lunch before you, you said, "Wow, you
are the fastest eater I've ever seen, Joe. I eat very fast."
I know, so it's like I'm the same. But yeah, you leave me at home with groceries, I'm going through them.
But you know that Liam, my 6-year-old son,
sure,
he was doing jaw exercises. I'm not kidding you. Doing jaw exercises yesterday. He said, "I want to learn how to eat as fast as Joe."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's got it. He wants to. You have inspired my son to be a competitive
I apologize
eater.
for that.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
That's not good. See, yeah, I think it's maybe you inherit it, because my mom also eats fast, but my dad and sister don't eat fast.
Yeah, well, maybe your dad and your sister aren't insane.
I know.
I think that
they chew their food.
Like I eat very fast, but I eat very fast because I've got a lot of problems mentally. You know.
Well, I must too. Why else am I eating so fast?
Well, I think you do. I think that's a sign. Like if you're on a date with someone, here's a romantic tip.
Oh, good, for truckers too.
Well, and also people who are tuning in for sports.
Sure.
Because maybe you go out for sports this weekend and it's a first date. Look and see how fast someone is eating the buffalo wings.
Oh.
Because if they're sucking them down like M&Ms, then that's That's a bad sign.
Phil loves Buffalo.
I know. Listen, I've known Phil for a long time.
Yeah. Sucking him down like Eminem.
Sucking him
down. Lollipop. I like my wings lollipop.
Yeah. He likes his wings lollipop. He likes to get the chicken in a little lollipop stick.
Sure.
And then eat them like that. Because we went to one place once where they did that. Because Phil used to be the tour manager.
Sure.
Right? And when we were out on the road, in one place we went to, they made lollipop wings, a little bit of chicken on a popsicle stick, and then he asked for it everywhere.
And that was a great run for me because it was all through Canada.
Yeah.
And if you remember, every hotel we stayed in was the hotel that the opposing team that was playing that night was staying in. So we caught the Capitals were
That's right.
in
It was a big sport. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, who was that hockey player that was a douchebag to you in the hotel? Come on. Yeah, because Phil likes the memorabilia.
Well, loves it.
He loves the memorabilia. And you went over and you asked the guy to sign a thing. Who was it?
Oh, I'll out him. It was Alexander Ovechkin, questionably one of the best hocky players in the league,
Say his name again?
the world.
Say his name.
Alexander Ovechkin.
But he couldn't take a minute to sign a hopeful young man.
You know what? I asked him for a picture. Is what I asked him for. And it was a situation.
Did you ask him for like a cuddle?
Well, I asked him for that first. But I asked him for a picture of the cuddle. So maybe that's where it got a little. Weird.
You asked him what you wanted to do. Is said, "Hey, can I come to your room?"
Yes, that's what I said.
With you.
Yeah.
And he said no.
What a jerk.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's the fans.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's the thing about sports, though. Like, the great thing about sports players is it's not the fans that make you great.
Right.
Like, if it's in show business, like they say, hey, the fans make you, and that's true, the fans do make you, but in sports, it ain't the fans that make you, it's only your ability that makes you.
Your skill.
Yeah, nobody in sports cares if you're a good guy or a bad guy.
I also want to say, though, it wasn't like I interrupted his meal or anything like that.
No.
We were both waiting for the elevator in the hotel that we were both staying at.
Yeah, that's right.
And
I remember, because you came back and you looked like a kid who's just,
I'm a grown man questionably asking someone, he's younger than I am, if I could get my picture taken with him. Yeah, because I'm a hockey fan and he's one of the best in the world. Why not?
Well,
it would have been fun to have.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
if he's listening, he should call in at some point to apologize.
No, I'm afraid he might beat me up now after hearing.
No. Here's the thing. I happen to know about this guy, Alexander Kopechnik, and he's now driving a truck.
Well, then he's definitely listening. So please,
he's
at
listening.
some point when you get the courage to apologize to Phil, please call in.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to apologize.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know if it's going to happen. So there's hockey this weekend, Rangers versus the Canadians. Who's going to win that, Rangers?
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. Montreal. I mean, how much time do I have? I'm done, basically.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because there was just a bit, Montreal and Boston also big rivalries. Boston.
Hugh Laurie coming up after the break. Hugh Laurie coming up.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
Canadian also, right?
Who, Hugh Laurie?
No.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. No, he's English.
Yeah.
With Scottish parents. I believe. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, you should talk to him.
I'll bring it up. Yeah, because he's waiting outside.
All right, so we'll be back. Is that what you're saying?
We'll be back with Hugh Laurie after these messages?
Yeah.
That's very exciting. Hugh Laurie when we come back.
There'll be more of Craig Ferguson on Sirius XM. Right after this. It's the Craig Ferguson Show on Sirius XM. Comedy Greats.
I've known Hugh Laurie for a very long time. Like you, I have enjoyed him in House, where he played Dr. Ebenezer House. I've enjoyed him in Blackadder. I've enjoyed him in a little bit of Fry and Laurie. I enjoyed him in Blackadder. I've enjoyed him in the Stuart Little movies, which he doesn't talk about much. And I have enjoyed him, of course, in The Night Manager, which was fantastic, his most recent work. I've known that he plays the piano. You might not know that about Hugh. He plays the piano. But what you also probably don't know is that, like me, he likes to relax by boxing. I do a little bit of boxing, and he does a little bit of boxing. So... yeah, I know. Before we begin, Hugh Laurie, famous actor, do you have a question for me?
When was the last time you hit someone?
I hit a Mexican chap called Alex Colon. he holds his stomach muscles in and his hands up, and I punch him, and he moves around and giggles at my efforts.
And how do you feel about that?
I get enraged, or I used to, but now I kind of enjoy the fact that he doesn't hit me back much.
Yeah.
He just taps me a little bit now and then. He says, "Keep your hands up."
Yeah.
Would you do it? Do you actually do full contact boxing?
Well, I've sparred a few rounds now and then.
You actually spar? You do proper grown-up sparring?
In fact, the first time I sparred, they told me the guy, he had a fight coming up. And they said he just wants to move around with somebody. There's nothing, very sort of low-key. So I got in the ring and the head guards and all that sort of stuff. And then I looked over at the other corner, and he was crossing himself.
Jeez.
And I thought, anything that involves crossing yourself beforehand, I can't take as lightly as,
Also, but you hate Catholics, famously.
Plus, there's that.
So that would make it personal for you.
Plus that.
You are...
I do it less, though, now, because it doesn't agree with the piano, I find.
Oh, no, of course.
I find, after hitting a bag, or a Mexican, whichever your choice might be.
With consent, I have to say.
Oh, of course.
I don't just run up and hit any old Mexican.
No,
I'm not one of those.
Absolutely. No,
right.
It's important to state that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I found that for a couple of days afterwards, the knuckles are a bit.
How often do you play the piano? Do you play a lot every day?
I'm playing more and more and more, and getting worse and worse and worse every day. I get a little bit worse.
That doesn't seem to make any sense at all.
Are
you getting tougher on yourself? Is that what? Maybe
that's what it is.
Because you're very good at the piano. When did you start playing the piano?
No, I'm not. First of all, no.
Well, you're good compared. I don't know much about the piano, so
excellent.
So when you were playing the piano, when I've ever seen you playing the piano, I'm like, it all sounds good to me, and everyone else is playing along and clapping and singing.
Well, okay,
that's what a piano player wants. That's how you know.
That's what you expect. I played a little bit. I had lessons for about 3 weeks when I was a small boy,
right?
And I hated it, and I went on a hunger strike to stop.
Were you in prison?
I wasn't in prison.
Right.
No, I was in a nice middle-class home in a suburb of Oxford.
To some people, that's a prison.
In a way.
Yeah, in a way.
A gilded cage, maybe.
Was it a suburb of Oxford you grew up in?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you went to Oxford? Or
I went to Cambridge, yeah.
See, that's so fucking contrary. Why didn't you just go to Oxford? You could have gone home at the end of the day.
Maybe I didn't want to go
home.
Oh,
maybe escape the prison.
Maybe they didn't want me to go home.
Were your parents Scottish? Laurie sounds Scottish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, no, send him to Cambridge.
Yeah,
keep him out the way.
Get him out here. We'll let his room out.
Because we're famously cautious with money.
I'd heard that. I'd heard people...
Scottish people are famously cautious with money. I've never noticed it, particularly except in, jokes aimed in my direction.
It's absurd, isn't it? People just... There are certain sort of stereotypes that people need in order to tell particular kinds of jokes. Let's just all agree that the Scots are tight because it allows us to tell 250 jokes about, about meanness.
What is the English stereotype for jokes?
Snooty.
Snooty? I guess posh, but then if you
emotionally constipated.
Yes, there is that. There's all that kind of, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm so terribly in love with you, Hugh Laurie's girlfriend. When I met you, I was in love with your girlfriend at the time, actually. I don't know if I should tell you that. It's a long time ago. It's not your wife. It was your girlfriend before your wife.
Right.
Who was very... I can't remember her name now. I'm sure you do, but...
I can.
She's very lovely. Probably shouldn't mention her to embarrass her, but...
I might do. I don't know. She might be embarrassed that she was my girlfriend. Yeah.
No, I don't know that. She's probably...
But I never knew that, and this is...
I was in love with her a little bit.
It seems to be sort of late in the day to be raising this.
Well,
this is something... You had plenty of opportunities to raise that before, and you didn't.
Well, I didn't. I feel like on radio, the less people are listening, and nobody really minds anymore. Probably most people.
Even I didn't hear what you just said. I tuned out.
Right, exactly. You zone out. It's something to have on in the car. No, I remember because I first met you at during the Christmas treats. I think wouldn't it be that? Do you remember when? Because I was going out with Helen Atkinson Wood.
Yes.
And she went to Oxford too, and every Christmas there was always.
Oh yes, I had nothing to do with that.
But I think that I feel sure
that looked to me that looked like and still does because they still do it.
Still do it.
It's a clique. Or is it a clack? A clique?
I think clack sounds better, though.
Clack is something else. What's a clack? A clack is when you sit. A clack is what Trump has. Trump has a clack of people who he pays to show up at his speeches and applaud and go woo woo. And
that's a clack?
That's a clack, apparently. Oh. It's an opera term.
I think Joe's Googling it right now. Are you Googling it?
It's CLAQUE.
Clack.
Okay, well, that'll be our first problem.
Yeah. Because it doesn't make. Yeah, and KL doesn't.
Yeah. With a QUE, it's a group of sycophantic followers.
Thank you.
All right. No, very well done.
Thank you.
Well, then I'd like a clack. Are they very expensive?
They can run to it, yes.
Well, everyone in Hollywood kind of has a little bit of a clack. If you think about your representation and your publicist and your,
without a doubt,
I've got a clack.
have. I've sometimes thought, maybe everyone wonders about this, that you keep a sort of mental tally of how many people might come to your funeral if you just stepped in front of a bus one day.
You
don't do that?
No, but I'm going to.
I don't do it obsessively. But
right. I do think about death, but that's not the way I think about it.
Right. Well, I had an experience recently, very odd experience. I got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Congratulations.
And it was a little bit like being present at your own funeral. Because a stone is set and speeches are made, and he was a loving father and all that, and yet you're there and you're sort of floating around, present at your own. And I was actually looking and thinking, well, most of these people are on the payroll.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So you're right. It is a clack.
Yeah, it is.
We do accumulate.
But your kids and your wife would go, surely.
I pay my kids.
You pay your children.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of aware my children and wife are also, in a way,
yes,
on the payroll. I remember talking to my talking doctor. I go to a talking doctor.
Right.
And I remember saying to her, everybody I know that I interact with is dependent on me in some way. Like, if I stopped, they would all have to, change their ways of earning money or paying for school or feeding themselves or, at that point, changing their diapers. My wife was very young at the time.
Yeah. But think of this. You owe me nothing and I owe you nothing.
That's correct.
So why don't we form a close personal bond?
I was just saying that to Joe before you got here. I said, I feel like Hugh and I should have been better friends over the years than we've been. We've been in the same town. We don't need each other for anything.
Right.
But our experiences are similar enough
I feel as if we might sort of agree on some things. Not that that's what you demand from a friend.
But I think we do agree on some things. We like motorcycles.
We like motorcycles.
Although I haven't ridden much since my accident.
Boxing. Yeah. Well, what the accident? Yeah.
Clearly you must have had an accident by now on your motorcycle at some point.
I have had a couple of, but nothing, really severe. I sort of low speed spills.
Mine wasn't that severe. It was 3 ribs and a collarbone, which in motorcycle terms is not. It's not a terrible accident.
It's a scratch.
It's a scratch. I brush it off. But it got in my head.
I bet that hurt.
It hurt a lot. And the thing was, I was making a film at the time. I was directing a film at the time, and the film's really bad. And I suspect it might not have been as bad if I wasn't in such agonizing pain throughout it. But I'll never know for sure. It might have been worse.
It might have, the film could have been worse?
It could have been worse, yeah.
Yes.
The accident most certainly could have been worse.
Been a lot worse.
But
the last one I had actually was a dog turd.
Is that
That's not a technical term.
Right,
okay. I had my, God, it was terrible. I had my wife on the back.
Oh, yeah.
And it came out to a stoplight and I put my foot down, but I put my foot into a turd that had been laid by, an enormous, it might have been a horse, actually.
It could have been, or a hobo.
Enormous. And so I put my foot down right in it, and my foot immediately slid away.
Oh, yes.
And we both went down. So we were kind of stationary. That doesn't count as a thing. But it's ignominious to actually fall into the turd that brought you down.
You're in the shit.
I don't know if turd is an acceptable...
Yeah, apparently, I don't know this for sure, I'm sure we'll find out, but apparently on satellite radio, you're completely uncensored. You can say pretty much anything you want.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know that I think it's wise to say anything you want. It's not like, when you see an all-you-can-eat buffet, I don't know that that's wise.
Yes. Yes.
It's like, all the drugs you can handle. I don't don't know if that.
Although a little part of me does always take that as a challenge.
Yes.
I think to myself, oh, you think in your mind that human beings stop at this. I can go so far beyond that.
Do you have appetite problems? Because I do. But I thought it was about alcoholism. That's because I thought it was just
problems as in eating too much? Or?
Yes. Yeah. I can't stop. Like when I start, I get up and eat in the middle of the night. I watched The Night Manager all night last night, eating. And then at the end of it,
but you're a graceful, sylph-like Fred Astaire.
No, binge and purge.
Do you?
Yeah, a little bit. And also box. Well, hit a Mexican gentleman. Yeah. It entertains him because he's a professional boxer, of course. So it's comedy. To me, it's exercise. To him, it's physical humor.
Yeah. But it's good and humbling, though, isn't it? To be not because of this sort of the contest with another man. It's not really about that. It's about just being in close proximity to someone who has skills. It's always a wonderful thing. I love it. I love learning almost anything. I'd pay to learn almost anything. I love being with knowledgeable people.
I think that's always entertaining. I think no matter what, like I can watch, in Britain, Gardener's Question Time.
Yeah.
On Radio 4. I am not remotely interested in gardening at all. But I can listen to Gardener's Question Time.
I'm absolutely with you.
They're fascinating, and they love it, and they know what they're talking about.
Yesterday, I spent most of yesterday being shown around the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena.
Oh, I've always wanted to go there.
Physicist.
Yes.
I've never felt stupider in my life. He was absolutely fantastic. The place is fantastic and wonderful for a brief moment, to be taken out of the day-to-day news headline obsession and to look at the universe from a rather different perspective.
I envy that in people as well. People who have something to take them away from this. I remember sitting next to do you know Nigel Cole, the film director?
I don't.
He's a British film director. He's very nice. I was sitting next to him on a plane once, and he was reading Popular Computer magazine. I said, "Oh my God, I didn't know you were so into that." And he said, "I'm not really, but I know that I won't read anything about anyone who's doing better than me in this for this entire plane ride." And I thought, I get that. The kind of the trade magazines but then now it's everything. Everywhere you go, I can't avoid looking at the political situation in both Britain and in America. It's so distressing. I feel so at sea with it. I don't know what to do. Because every time you raise your voice, there's 1,000 angry trolls barking at you.
Yeah.
You don't do much of that on Twitter, do you?
I try not to.
Yeah, me neither.
Only because, for two reasons. One is that I always have. You're a citizen now.
Yes, I am.
I am not, and I feel that a visitor to a country has to play by a different set of rules. It's not my place to go. I'm a guest in the country, and I'm very honoured to be here. I don't want to start critiquing the
I know what you mean.
What they've done with the curtains. But also, the question is, does it actually really have any useful effect? I mean, you get so the resistance, which I can sort of understand. Clever young men in close-fitting suits cracking jokes about Trump maybe did as much as anyone else to drive people into his soggy arms.
I think so.
I think so. Because, there's always an equal and opposite force, at least. But then again, I don't know if that's really true. Because if that's true, then the opposite ought to be true. If you look at Ted Nugent, do you then go, I'm even more, he's driving me away? Are you drawn to people's opinion, or are you a contrarian?
I think perhaps more of maybe a little more Diogenes, a little cynical, and a little iconoclastic. But I think it's necessary to try and see a point of view which a lot of other people have, just to even try and understand it. So to universally condemn all of them, whoever they are,
that
as being
stupid is the problem.
That is.
But
and
then
also,
again, sorry.
Well, the only thing I was thinking about, I always think popular, not just Americans, but Americans are particularly like this, I think. They're not really political at all. They're emotional, and it's very different. politics to me is I think politics is about how can we, all of us who believe many different things, how can we coexist?
Rub along.
Right. That is what I think the job of politics is, not to subjugate someone who thinks differently than you, or to make them change their mind. And it seems to me that any commentary is about proving the other guy wrong, which is that's not really what politics is it? I thought it was about.
Well, it is around about an election time, but no, and generally speaking, it ought not to be. But do you remember do you remember the dress a couple of years ago? There was a dress, a famous sort of internet meme.
Yes.
So
is it blue? Is it green?
White and gold,
white or
blue? Is it blue and black?
Yeah.
And it's sort of about half and half. Apparently, people were divided.
Right.
You saw one or the other. But that was the point. You saw one or the other. You couldn't just sort of half close your eyes and think, yeah, I see what you mean.
Right.
You couldn't. You either saw one or the other. And whichever side you were, you thought the other side were nuts. How are you seeing that as blue and black? And that seems to be where we are at the moment.
It is.
There is no squinting your eyes and going, yeah, I sort of see that. I see what you mean. That doesn't seem to be happening at all.
And that's indicative of a lack of tolerance, though, isn't it? I mean, you must be able to tolerate people having a different point of view than your own. Literally, a different point of view than your own.
Yes, except that someone saying 2 + 2 is 9 is not. That's not a point of view.
No,
you just have
true.
to sort of take issue with that. And
yes.
Say, well,
we're in a post-truth world.
I politely disagree. I beg to differ. And if they say 2 + 2 = a salmon, then you don't even know how to. How can I persuade you? You haven't even done the sums right. You're not even doing sums.
Right. You're just.
You're actually insane.
I think that's where we are then. That things are insane. But what I don't understand about the current regime in the White House is that I can't identify really, honestly, a polemic. I can't really see a drive to anything other than we want this and we want this and I can't identify anything other than a bit of anger and entitlement.
Lots of anger and resentment, and sort of bitterness. I don't know. Maybe it'll reveal itself. Maybe there's a plan to finally they will draw back the curtain and say this is what we imagined. This is what we were working towards.
The Night Manager I thought was very good at this. It's showing that not only is it corruption in governments, but really, because I signed the Official Secrets Act when I worked in the post office. When I was
Did you really?
Yeah, I worked in the post office for about 6 months just after I left school, and I had to sign the Official Secrets Act. And I realized, even then, I was about 17 years old, that it's not to cover up secrets, it's to cover up mistakes and incompetency.
Right.
And I think sometimes when people say, oh, the government are trying to do this, you imagine that the people in government are somehow clever. And they're not.
They're really not.
Cataclysmically fucking stupid. I mean, this guy Cameron that ran Britain for a while, my God, what a fucking donkey that man was.
I mean, yes, there's a donkeyish side to him.
A little bit.
True. But also, I think people sometimes fail to acknowledge how hard genuine conspiracies would be to pull off.
Yeah.
You know, when people sort of say, oh, definitely, Princess Diana, definitely murdered by...
Yeah.
And then you think, well, but actually, what do you think? You think about that. Think about how you would set about doing that. And then keeping it quiet. How many people would that involve? How do you practice flipping cars in a tunnel traveling at 90 miles an hour? Any stunt driver will tell you.
It's a big deal.
That's a pretty big deal.
It's a big deal, yeah.
And you sort of need the other driver to be playing along to make it work.
With a guy who dies. Yeah, so he has to be suicidal and in on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's hard.
And then you need to keep 1,000 people, 100 people, whatever it is. You just imagine how that's not going to happen.
And also, these people can't fucking organise an election. Never mind a complicated it like that.
Yeah.
I get kind of, when people say as well, oh, it's a media conspiracy, and like, you clearly don't know more than one person in the media.
Right.
Everyone in the media hates each other.
They hate each other.
They would never conspire.
No. I mean, they're like a sort of hyenas who would rip each other's throats out for a buck.
For a chance at late night stardom.
I did this thing Sometimes, in the course of my daily work, as you do, you have to walk down a red carpet.
Yes.
And you've got a bunch of photographers who are sort of functionaries of the media.
Right.
And they'll go, Craig. Yes.
Yes. Always Cockneys as well, which is unnerving. Even at the Cannes Film Festival. Craig. And
because I'm a bit of a head boy. To try and instill a system and say, look, instead of you all shouting, why don't we just start on the left? I'll go one at a time, or the group of us will go one. That way, everybody's guaranteed to get one shot of the whole group looking at your camera.
Right.
And they go, all right, yeah. Craig. And they have no cooperative instinct at all. They cannot see.
And that's the media.
That is the media.
And also government,
every cable station, exactly. They would, if any one of them could sell their competitor down the river, they would.
Did you ever take a tour around the Capitol building in Washington?
I did.
Yeah, me too. It was very interesting.
It is. And
I got pitched about from four different senators sitcom ideas that they had by the time I got back. Like
really?
They take the number of your office and then they pitch you a sitcom. They're all trying to get out.
They all want to be comedians.
They do, apparently, yeah. But what did you think of it when you were there? Did you enjoy it?
I did. I actually had. It was a rather surreal setting. Actually, I went for a dinner at the State Department. Yes, those are the circles I move in.
Yeah. Wow. Was this during Obama?
This was Bush Senior. This was
Bush Senior.
This was the day before the United Nations sanctions ran out on Iraq, the first Gulf War.
Wow.
This is a long time ago.
And did you have anything to do with those sanctions?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I did the sort of draft, but no. I was doing a thing. I'd done these P.G. Woodhouse stories, and they were on PBS. PBS had they had this grand
with
function.
Stephen.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
And I happened to sit next to a woman. Oh God, she was. She is, I think, she's a daughter or niece of George Senior.
Right.
And she said, "Do you want to go around the White House?"
Next morning.
Oh,
right. I see. So she wasn't kind of like hitting on you and stuff like that.
No.
Like, do you want to go see the White House now?
It's pretty quiet.
Yeah, it's quiet right now. That's how she talked.
Next morning, next morning she picked us up, and we actually had a couple of Secret Service guys. And what I do remember most clearly is one of them going, "Eagle. This is Eagle 1." Heading down Pennsylvania Avenue. I said, please,
nice.
Just say that again, for me. He said, no, they did get it. I know, but just say it again. That was exciting.
Let's talk about Stephen a little bit. Do you still work together?
Must we?
Well, a little.
Yes,
I'm very fond of Stephen. I'm very fond of you
as
both. And I.
Who do you like more?
I think I prefer you because you're here right now, but Stephen will be here on Monday, and by then I suspect.
Oddly enough,
but I might have changed.
It might have shifted.
I flip flop, but because I remember when I was very young and starting out. When I say starting out in comedy, I think more really just existing as a drunk in comedy clubs. You and Stephen Fry were doing very well as Fry and Laurie. Which, first of all, I would have gone for Laurie and Fry if I was you.
Yes, why is that?
Yeah, he went Fry and Laurie.
But what's often... what the funny thing is, I've got a sort of revenge, because what's happened since is the people who only dimly remember it, they get it wrong, and they go, you were in that Hugh and Laurie, weren't you?
Yeah, well, there you are then.
And I go, yes, that's right. That was the title of it. Hugh and Laurie, yes.
And then Stephen he wrote musicals and stuff like that. There was
He did. Well, he wrote one. He wrote the book for Me and My Girl.
Yeah,
which was a massive success.
A huge hit. Yeah, I remember being very impressed. You and Stephen, to me, were the establishment. Were the absolute. I know this must alarm you because I've told him about it now, and he's like, "Oh my God!" But that was, to me, you were on the inside, the absolute,
really,
the elite of show business. And I was a groveling Dickensian
waif.
Yes, outside the workhouse, asking for more.
And we would flip you a shiny sovereign every now and then.
Exactly, as you came out.
Perhaps we wouldn't.
Yeah, or maybe you wouldn't. You'd be going, with scarves. And what happened was, When I started going out with Helen, who was part of all that, and not part of it, but she had gone to Oxford, and so she knew a lot of
double-barreled name,
right? A double-barreled name, Atkinson Wood. It was really started to mess with me because I was brought up very angry, Scottish, angry, Glasgow, working class, and I was very angry at the English, at anyone who was in a different class or anything like that. And I started going out with Helen, and I started meeting people who were outside of that environment.
Right.
And they were nice to me, and were pleasant people, and actually some of them have remained friends.
Well, that's inconvenient, isn't it?
Yeah, it's horrible.
That sort of throws your whole...
It's about travel, I think, and moving outside your own social group, and suddenly realising that, no, this is not what I've been told it is. These are not people...
Yeah.
Actively trying to subjugate me. In fact, they don't think about me that much. And
I don't know if that's true.
Well, I kind of, and I remember saying to Stephen, I was so impressed by you at the time. I was so envious of your life. And he said, that's terribly odd, because I remember you at the time being drunk and wearing a leather jacket and being heterosexual, and how envious I was of you at the time.
Well, there we go.
Isn't that funny?
Doesn't that sum up?
Yes, but now I'm no longer drunk or wearing a leather jacket or indeed heterosexual.
Or envying.
Yeah, so all of those things completely wore off. And now I'm free.
That is odd, isn't it? That is odd. I mean, I'm just, Well, I'm shuddering at the thought that we in any way represented the establishment.
I don't know that you did, really. I think you were just English and I was Scottish.
Yeah,
and there's a little bit. But you're not really that English in that odd way that the rise of nationalism worldwide is very odd to me. I mean, your parents, we just talked, were Scottish.
They were Scottish, so the Calcutta Cup, which none of your listeners will be familiar with, between England and Scotland, a rugby match between England and Scotland. I always, when growing up, we always obviously supported Scotland. Until about 10 years ago, I thought, not because I had decided that I like England more, but because I just thought I have to be just sort of honest about, and it's actually more respectful to the Scots, apart from anything else, not to proclaim this, I have this sort of Celtic strain in me and I have a romantic tie to, it's nonsense. I think we all have to keep this in check.
A little bit.
This sort of quest for some kind of spurious authenticity that our lineage gives us, and we think, deep down, I'm I can't. It's Mull of Kintyre for me.
Yeah,
I just think, I can't honestly say that. I live in England. I sound English.
A little. You sound a little bit English.
A tiny bit English.
Yeah. Not when you were playing Doctor House, though.
That was.
He was not English, though.
He was. I tried in English.
Yeah?
For about a minute.
Do you know I auditioned for House? Did I tell you that?
I did know that. You had told me that.
Yeah, my God.
Yeah.
Did you know? Were you aware? Did we talk about that they wanted you to play the part of Mr. Wick in the Drew Carey show, which I eventually did.
I don't know about. Well, I know that I auditioned for that, but I don't know.
No, you didn't audition. They were going to give it to you, surely.
No, it's not. But I'll go along with that.
No. I just want to know if Sirius offered you a 2-hour radio show. That's where I'm going with this. Am I your sloppy fucking seconds again?
Just a little busy, but I tell you what, I know this guy, Craig Ferguson. He'd be good.
He'd be fine, and he's got a shed at the bottom of his garden. You could put the studio in.
He's pretty punctual. He doesn't wear trousers.
Punctual,
that's right. Yeah.
Are you living most of the time here or in the UK now?
No, I'm in the. One of the advantages of being as shallow as I am is that I actually don't really remember where I live, and
really,
within 5 minutes of arriving here, I can't remember ever being anywhere else.
That's interesting. I wonder if right about dinner time it must get a little
confusing,
worrying. Well, where am I going to go? And are there people expecting me?
It does a bit, and
I think I'm going to go back and live there more as I get older. I'm gonna.
Why is that?
Well, I feel that being old in Los Angeles is probably not a great idea. You might end up,
Well, it's actually illegal.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
It seems to be it's very unpopular.
Frowned upon.
Yeah.
In fact, when we started doing House, I went. No, not even before that. When I was auditioning for House, I thought I'm going to get I'm going to go and find a cane somewhere that I can practice with, in my hotel room, and I went through the whatever it was. They probably still had yellow pages back then, and I could not find a cane in Los Angeles.
Really?
It's as if the city had agreed that we're not going to acknowledge physical decay or aging.
Yes,
we're just not going to have it. It was actually easier to get an umbrella in Los Angeles, ironically, where it never rains.
Never, except for the past couple of months. Yeah.
Easier to get an umbrella, which is what I ended up using, than a cane, because no one ever wants to go. It's like it's sort of bad.
It is.
It's
an odd thing. I don't know where. Garrison Keillor said, everyone in Los Angeles is in their mid-30s. Even the children are in their mid-30s. And they kind of are. When you ever work with kid actors, you're like, oh my God, you're kind of like a fresh-faced midget, really.
Yeah.
They're very.
But there actually is statutory. I mean, it's amazing to me how little sort of teen culture you see on the streets, until I realized that actually it's forbidden. The groups of teenagers are not allowed to congregate in Am I not right? Am I saying the right thing? Maybe you don't know this.
Yeah.
The police can actually move along
groups of teenagers.
More than 4. More than 4 teenagers. Now in most of
love
Europe,
this. I'm all for this, actually. This is making my cane quiver in
most of Europe. It's just like it's a factor in every town.
Do you want some water?
I bet this is very delicious.
This is Fiji water. It's untouched by human hands until I touched it.
No, don't do that. Craig, don't. No.
I've touched it now. I put my finger in it. That means it's mine. Teens can't congregate?
They can't.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think in more than 4, I think the police can come and say, you lot move on, or split up, or something.
Wow, I didn't know. Joe, you grew up in Malibu. Is that a thing?
Yeah, no. Well, in Malibu, you just go to the beach and everything's different.
He doesn't look very beachy, Joe. Yeah.
I remember my son going. He said when he was 14, 15, he said, I might be late back from school because a group of we're going to go to a Starbucks or something, and I thought, Starbucks? What are you doing at 14 drinking? And he said, well, we don't really. We just gather there.
Right.
One person gets a cup of coffee. And I said, so how many people are we talking about? Anxious parent.
Yeah.
And he said, it's about 300.
What?
So this is what they would do. 300 14-year-olds would stand on the street after, just like a sort of adult drinks party or something. They'd just stand there and just chat.
Really?
For a couple of hours. 300? 300.
Isn't that a rave or a revolution attempt or something?
It's sort of rather wonderful.
It's great.
That, for the price of which is actually fairly considerable. Price of
about $25 for a cup of coffee now.
That 300 kids were able to stand on the street and nobody sort of got bothered by it.
This is in the UK.
This is in London, yeah.
And then there was the hoodie riots shortly afterwards, though.
Kids will be kids.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
I actually the hoodie riot thing in Britain when all these youths in hoods rioted. Oh yes, I said it. Youths in hoods. And then what I love about Britain, and I do love Britain very much, the couple of days later when all these people out in the streets, and probably some of them were also rioters, but they were out in the streets a couple of days later holding up broomsticks and cleaned the place up. Swept the place up. And Hitler didn't stand a fucking chance against these people.
Well, that is true. Although there was a similarly wonderful, someone had graffitied a subway car in New York. I happened to see this on YouTube the other day. And they put swastikas all over so people got on the train and some sainted person said, well, this isn't going to do, is it? This just won't do. Purell is apparently king. It's got alcohol in it. This will get this stuff off. And so somebody had Purell. They assembled bottles of Purell, and they went down the whole carriage with tissue and bits of newspaper, and the whole carriage cleaned the whole carriage of all this Nazi graffiti.
That's fantastic.
And I thought that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
That's
people
a beautiful
do that, it's very
thing.
inspiring.
Yeah.
And that I think is the kind of the flip side of what we're seeing with the rise of odd nationalism and hatred and and racist kind of rhetoric. There does seem to be a kind of an opposing force to it.
You hope so.
Yeah, but in a rather kind of inspiring way. I always was very anti-royal until I had a conversation with Phillida Law, of all people, who I adore, who's Emma Thompson's mum, as you know. And I said, oh, the bloody royals, ba grum. I was in some trailer on a film and complaining in the damp about the royal family. And she said, well, yes, I can see your point, Craig. And then, obviously was about to tell me how wrong I was. She said, having a head of state who's not also the elected official,
the executive,
is very useful constitutionally. It provides consistency of government, and it doesn't allow these. And I think she said this. It was something like this. She said those bastards in the black cars with the windows tinted to take over completely. And I thought, oh, there is an argument to be made there that I hadn't thought of.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an evolved thing. And of course, if you were starting from scratch, you probably would not design the monarchy.
No, probably
any
not.
more than you would design a giraffe. It's an evolved thing.
I don't know.
But once it's there, it's a very different step to say, well, giraffes are plainly a ridiculous animal, let's get rid of it. I mean, that would be, you just sort of think, it has a function and a purpose and a meaning because it's just been there.
You're right.
Those things sometimes have, that in itself is a value. That on the other hand, of course, the terrible, I mean, I do feel that, I'm almost nervous of saying, I'm not a superstitious person, but I worry about the next generation of
royals.
I worry about the next generation. No,
I worry about Her Majesty's
children. Her Majesty finally,
20 years from now,
goes to her reward. The trauma that is going to descend on the nation, who have known nothing else. I mean, probably now 90% of the country has known nothing else, has never licked a stamp or taken out a fiver or...
This sounds great. Licked a stamp for taking out a fiver. It's like, my God, it's great. It's like going home without the horrible inconvenience of getting on the plane.
Traveling. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be. It's something we're not really sort of braced for. I think. People are unsettled now by Brexit, for God's sake,
it's
and
very unsettling.
What's going to happen when?
Well, it's unsettling, and then it's not. I mean, I was in Britain when the Brexit vote happened. It was very surprising. I didn't think that it would go that way at all, and I do believe in Europe. I believe in Europe, and I was shocked by it and horrified at first, and then I thought, well, hang on a minute, Britain's been here for quite a while. And
Europe hasn't.
Europe's been here for about 50 years in present form. They'll probably figure it out.
Well, that's true. It has been there for 50 years, 52 or something. The Treaty of Rome. But then again, also we've been fighting an awful lot of wars.
Yes, I know.
So Europe had been there, but it had not necessarily a sort of loving idyll.
Yes.
And yet, suddenly you have these supranational organizations which are now going to fall, I think, one by one. Europe, I think, will come apart.
Probably,
I think the United Nations is going to get kicked out of I don't think Trump has any interest in funding the United Nations. I think NATO's probably on the way out. I even think the Olympics is probably on the way out.
Oh, my God. What about the Eurovision Song Contest?
The last one, I think, is Miss World.
Right.
I think that's going to be the last sort of supranational thing where cultures and people from different nations gather together and go, oh, that's lovely.
She's lovely. Look at her.
Well, yes, I know. See, what a weird way of doing it.
Yeah, I know.
But doesn't Trump own Miss World? Isn't that?
Yeah, something like that. Miss
I think
USA
the World Cup is under threat. I think.
Is it really? Are you sure?
Well, I think these are obviously have been demonstrated to be very corrupt organizations.
Yes, that's true.
So
FIFA
there is
are a bit naughty, aren't they?
And if Putin suddenly says, well, if you're not going to let us compete in the Olympics because of you don't like us taking steroids, we'll have our own Olympics. And he will probably get people, yes, okay, we're doing the Russian Olympics this year, and not the other kind.
Is that, and I only offer up just to play devil's advocate, really, is that awful? Is it a terrible thing? It probably is, but, I mean, the rise of nationalism...
Well, there's no end to it.
No,
I mean, there is a way of
course,
fragmenting human society into the smallest... But, I mean, anthropologists happen to believe that we have spent many 100,000 years or so operating in groups of 50 or 60, and then maybe at some level... That is the size of unit that we are best designed to
50 or 60
accommodate.
People.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, they're probably the amount of people listening to this show, about 50 or 60, which is perfect.
You wish.
Yeah.
But I mean, your street, for example, you could say, well, I feel a kinship and a neighborliness with the people immediately around me.
Right.
But anything outside that, you people from the West Side, or you people from Edinburgh, or you people from
Swindon.
We could cut it. You can slice it until you're just standing.
Are you pessimistic about the future of humanity? Then is that what you're saying? Are you?
No, I'm not actually.
Well, that's good though.
No, this is me being optimistic. You should see me when I'm pessimistic.
You have been quite vocal about dealing with depression, haven't you?
God, I so regret doing it. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It's just a part of life. I don't think there's any shame to it, is there?
No, that was my feeling when I said it,
right.
And yet it's a hostage to fortune. I've never really understood what that phrase means. I think it's still a problem that the mental health, our attitude to mental health remains it's probably much more enlightened than it was, but it's still the case that to people who do not suffer or have no experience of it, don't know what it is, there is this underlying implication that you're just whining.
Yes. Yes.
Pull yourself together. What have you got to complain about? Which is a completely understandable response, except that it doesn't help. It doesn't relate to what depression actually is. It operates pretty independently of surrounding circumstances. Sometimes it can be the surrounding. Terrible events happen and they propel someone into a depressive phase, but some depression is just completely independent of that.
Right. I always thought that, I remember getting very upset with Tom Cruise when he was on Oprah because he was talking about it became a huge scandal. It was years and years ago. Brooke Shields had been taking antidepressants.
That's right. I do. I really remember it. Yeah.
And he said those antidepressants, they're just shielding the symptoms of her depression. And I was thinking, well, that's what fucking depression is. It is the symptoms.
Yeah.
Depression. It's not like you take away if you take away the symptoms of depression, you don't have it anymore. It's not the same. It's not an indication of like, oh, I'm depressed, and then your ass falls off. It's not like something else is going to happen. Oh, I'm depressed. It's an indication that I've got cancer. It's like you have depression. You remove the symptoms of depression. You no longer have depression.
Except, I suppose there would be some who would say, but depression is caused by something else, and you're not dealing with whatever is caused. But that I don't even know if anybody. I'm not sure anybody knows if that's true.
I go to a talking doctor intermittently these days, but I went for a long time very religiously. Seems the wrong word, but I went very, very often. Do you do that? Do you get therapy, or have you ever?
I have done a considerable amount of it. Yeah.
Did you find it has helped you? Have you changed through the process?
I don't know if I've changed through that process or through the administering of antidepressants.
Oh, right, okay. I never actually took them.
Yeah.
I was because of my history with drugs and alcohol. Yeah. I was very leery of that kind of thing. This is my own personal thing.
But that's good. It's healthy to be. You don't be putting anything.
I've just got to be my history with drugs and alcohol is so.
But what does Tom Cruise? Does Tom Cruise take an aspirin when he gets a headache?
I don't know.
Do Scientologists have a view on that?
I don't know. Joel, you probably.
Do they take antibiotics if they get infected or not?
I think they take antibiotics. I would imagine that's viewed as okay. I don't know really what their position is on psychiatry though. They think it's a death industry or something.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand that at all.
Rivals, I suppose.
Business rivals maybe.
Business rivals. Yeah. They felt threatened by a whole other priesthood of people offering answers.
Do you have a religious affiliation these days?
None whatsoever. I'm quite the other thing. I used to be sort of tolerantly the other thing, and I'm getting more aggressively impatient with religion.
I get awed about it. Yeah, I get very, very upset. But it's one of the things I always thought about Scientology. I thought people get so angry. I thought, well, why are they so different from all the other ones?
Exactly.
You know,
it's only just because they're a couple of hundred years younger doesn't make it any less absurd, or more absurd, rather.
I think that, you know, I try to be okay with it, you know. But I find as I get older the same thing. Like, I can't subscribe to your notion. The only thing I'm okay with is Church of Scotland, because as far as I can tell, there's no real relision involved.
There's not
It's just
much.
misery.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that I can understand.
Yeah,
the religion of misery.
Sitting in a damp room.
Yeah.
Going,
the self-punishment at your at the good fortune of existence.
Yes.
I think there is something rather beautiful about that, in a way.
A state of grace.
Not cheerful, but there is something beautiful about it.
Well, cheerfulness is overrated. I mean, so many people
Don't you find?
Television are cheerful. I think, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, I can't take your relentless upbeat nature.
Oh, you so belong here.
I know, I do.
I honestly feel that your generation... How old are you?
I'm 54.
I'm much older than you.
No, you're not. Are you 55?
57.
Oh, God.
I feel
Get out.
our generation has been negligent.
I think you're right. I think we've been very
1977,
yeah.
when Star Wars came out, I was 18, quivering on the threshold of adulthood.
Oh, God, that sounds very sexy.
Good. Good. You just sort of fade some music in.
Yeah, quivering. Like the summer of 77.
And looking back on it, not that I had any of these thoughts at the time, but looking back on it, that was a moment when my generation just said, instead of going, oh, this is a Star Wars, excellent children's story, where is what's this year's All the President's Men, or Dog Day Afternoon, or what are the great novels? Where is the serious engagement with serious adult ideas about what will replace communism? What is liberal democracy? What is God? No, we're going to be chill. We can actually wear hoodies and be kids forever.
Forever, yeah. I think you're right.
And we just frolicked. We frolicked in a state of perpetual adolescence, and into that vacuum, because nature abhors it, came, Rupert Murdoch and hedge funds and Wall Street,
subprime mortgages.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
because
then what do we do?
We were not. Well, what I've decided to do is go right back to the. I'm going to join the parish council.
Right.
I hope to, if they'll have me.
I want to join the Women's Institute. I'm going to test their level of tolerance.
Fantastic. Although, when I went to my first parish council meeting to get the explanation of what would be involved, it was it was me and 5 women, and they had baked cakes. They'd all baked cakes, and I, as the only person who had not baked a cake, was immediately thrown into the position of cake judging. Oh. And I had to have a piece of all the cake and go, oh, do you know, it's so hard. They're all the lemon drizzle, and yet, is that cherry? It tested my political skills.
Do you take Country Life magazine?
I do not.
Oh, you must.
I didn't know it still existed.
Yes, it's fantastic. It is one of the great bastions of Britishness. I have it delivered here.
Do you?
Yes, by a child in Dickensian clothes who comes once a week. Here's your Country Life, sir.
You flip him a sixpence and you ruffle his hair.
Yeah, that's right. Then he leaves on his penny farthing.
Yeah.
No, I love that magazine, and it's a proper magazine. Like, you don't get it online.
I remember you had very, very beautiful photographs of Highland Glens. And,
all of that. And they always have, in every issue, they have the girl of the week. And it's always some... No, it's awesome. They have some...
Are you sure you're thinking of Country Life?
No, it's not. She's not in the nude. It's some kind of like,
Oh, it's some
frumpy...
Debutante.
Yes, some kind of rather, lovely, zaftig... girl who's about to get engaged to some chap in the army who's terribly nice.
Yeah.
And they have a photograph of them, and it's fantastic. It's very reassuring, and the letters are Aunt Badger's marvellous. And then there's other letters saying, no, Badgers are awful. They've been they're too much. They're chewing up all the sausages. And Man, I just fucking love it. Billy Connolly, years ago, when they started changing the names of areas in Scotland, he got very upset, and now I understand, because they took areas like Kirkcudbright and called it Strathclyde. Like, no, it should be called, keep all of that. There's some stuff that it's nice to keep, and I think that there's some stuff you clearly have to change. I mean, obviously, there are certain attitudes in the Victorian Britain when country life was born. It's probably best that we moved on.
We do not send 10-year-olds down the mine.
Right,
so
but there are things that maybe it is worth keeping. And it's trying to figure out what they are. Probably best to get rid of slavery, but keep, nice hats. I don't know.
Yeah. Non-controversial. Both of those.
Slavery and hattery.
Yeah.
Is it hattery millinery? I guess.
Now is that the same?
I don't know. Millinery?
I've got a feeling that millinery refers to women's hats.
Well, that's what I was.
Is that what you were thinking?
Well, I actually was. Are
you a hat person? Well, why would you be with such a magnificent head of hair?
Well, I were you, back at you. I have to say.
No.
You've got lovely hair.
I've got no hair.
What are you fucking talking about? You've got magnificent hair.
No.
You're sitting there like Cochise.
Stop it.
I'm telling you.
Stop it.
It looks great.
Oh God!
All right. Hey, I tell you what I want to do, because we'll let you go in a minute, but I want to talk a little bit about The Night Manager, because I just finished, and not so much the actual the story and stuff like that, because it's a Le Carre book, wasn't it?
It was.
I read the book years ago, years and years ago. Now, who found it? Did you find that, or was it?
Well, no. I mean, 93. I read it when it first came out, because I read everything he wrote when it first came out, and I was about 3 chapters in. And I said, I've got to make this. I've got to produce this. Put this on the screen.
Wow.
And it had already gone. Before it was published, the rights had been sold to Sidney Pollock, who had it for years. And he got Robert Towne to write a script.
Jeez.
And then Robert Towne famously said in some public setting, he said, Le Carre is just unfilmable. Which didn't go down well with
Le Carre, I'm sure.
And it just sort of languished on a shelf somewhere for 20-odd years. And then finally, the Le Carre family got it back again and decided to do it on television. But by then, of course, I'd moved on from playing the young stud
to play Hiddleston's role. That
but there we go.
Swine. Dickie, what a fucking swine. No, I can't even talk about Dickie Roberts. He's so awful. Let's talk about motorbikes again. Oh, I tell you what. I meant to ask you this when we were talking about motorbikes, because it seems like a sort of natural progression. Have you ever taken up flying?
No. I mean, well, I would. I do. But it's not something I've ever...
Well, I think it's a natural progression, motorcycle.
Well, do you know... I'm not sure about that. Because my worry about... You can put me right now.
Right.
My worry about flying is that the taking off and landing, fantastically entertaining.
Yes.
Everything in between.
Boring?
Just sitting there for 2 hours.
That's only if you fly...
You're going A to B.
Yeah, if you're flying big jets or...
I went up in an RAF...
Typhoon?
Tornado,
right.
Single-seater, but this was a twin-seater trainer. And it was absolutely astounding. We were sort of 80 feet off the ground doing rolls and all sorts of things.
Right.
And at the end of the day... I got back onto my motorcycle and enjoyed it more.
Oh, really? Well,
I actually felt like I was flying more on a motor in terms of sort of defying gravity.
Right.
When you lean a motorcycle over, you are sort of toying with gravity.
And very close to where it's crucial.
Yeah. And I actually found that more intoxicating than being in a fighter jet.
Well, now that's odd. No, I think you know what you like. It's like the touch me there, don't touch me there.
I do not know that. Well, I absolutely don't.
Yeah, that's
But always on the lookout.
Huh?
To learn.
Oh yeah.
Where...
or for a thing to touch.
Yeah, or be touched.
Or be touched.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute joy.
Likewise.
Please come back.
Well, I wish you all the best with it.
Thank you
for having me.
Thank you very much.
And can I just take everything back?